Good morning, LW 220 students. Welcome to week 2 of your course. For week 1, I see that pretty much everybody has completed that first quiz and submitted the syllabus acknowledgement statement. So that is great. So now we're moving on into week 2 of the course. So for week 2, if you look at our weekly schedule, you'll see that you need to be reading 2 chapters. One is chapter 3 that deals with becoming fit. So that chapter really goes over the 5 health-related components of fitness and some different things regarding how to calculate a target heart rate zone and so on and so forth. So if you answer the discussion questions on page 27 and 28 in your textbook, that'll help you to understand that chapter a little bit further. Chapter 4 is the other chapter you're going to be reading, and chapter 4 gets into just aerobic fitness, so talking about cardiorespiratory endurance and the importance of doing aerobic exercise on a weekly basis. Remember, your heart is the most important muscle in your body, and the best way to strengthen your heart is by doing aerobic activity. So something that is nonstop, continuous, rhythmic. It keeps your heart rate elevated for an extended period of time. As long as you're doing that at least 3 to 5 days a week or more for 20 to 60 minutes each time and getting your heart rate up within that target heart rate zone, you're going to be improving your aerobic fitness. So also for chapter 4, you will again review how to calculate that target heart rate zone. So like I said, if you're going over those review questions at the beginning of the chapter on page 27 and 28, those will review chapter 3 and 4 together. So that's a good thing to answer on your own. Remember, those are not something that you're going to turn into me for a letter grade, but it's helpful for you when it comes time to take those quizzes. So again, you have a quiz this week. So quiz number 2, remember the quizzes are located underneath the quiz button. So make sure that you're taking these assessments as they're due each week, because failure to take the quiz by the deadline will result in a 0 score per my syllabus guidelines. So make sure that you take quiz number 2 this week. So again, that's found under the quizzes button. And that is the other item that's due. In addition to that, you'll see you have your first writing assignment that is due this week. And that's the 6 Dimensions of Wellness assignment. So if we go back to the content button, and if you go down to week 2 module, you will see that I have some lecture notes for Unit 3 and Unit 4 as well, and then some PowerPoint slides as well. And then lastly, you'll see here is the 6 Dimensions of Wellness assignment. So for this particular assignment, you're going back and reviewing what we covered on week 1 of the course, so looking at those 6 dimensions. So first of all, what I'd like you to do is view the video here. So you're going to watch the video that I've put here in the instructions, and then also go back and review chapter 1 in your textbook that talks about those 6 dimensions. So then you're just going to type your answers to these words. So you're going to explain the difference between health and wellness using your own words, and then you're going to list each of the 6 dimensions and define them in your own words. And then lastly, you're going to give yourself a rating for each dimension. 1 is low, 10 is very high. So you're going to rate yourself in each area, and then you're going to explain why you rated yourself and give specific examples of why you rated yourself. Now, please note that sometimes students don't receive full points, especially in this third aspect of the paper, is because they don't give detailed explanations. Maybe they're giving a 1-sentence or a 2-sentence answer. That's definitely not enough to get full points for that particular part of the question. So please make sure that you're really talking about it in detail to get those full points. So you're going to type that up, preferably in a Word document, and then you're going to submit that into the assignments folder here. So if you go to assignments, you'll see the next folder here is the 6 Dimensions of Wellness. So you're going to submit that assignment directly into that folder. So you're just reflecting on yourself and where you are today as far as those 6 dimensions of wellness. Ideally, we'd like each dimension to be like a spoke on a wheel, and therefore if we rated ourselves pretty similarly through each area, you'll see that your wheels should roll smoothly. But that's not the case. You know, with a lot of people, we do really well in certain areas and then poor in other areas, and therefore our wheel is lopsided and it doesn't roll smoothly. So from this assignment, I really want you to take a look at which dimensions you're lower and try to make that conscious effort to try to improve upon those areas. And you'll find that each dimension kind of intertwines with other dimensions. Like, for example, if we don't have, high levels of physical wellness, sometimes that can impact our psychological wellness as well, or even our social wellness. So they kind of all, bounce off each other. So this is a good reflection assignment, okay? So those are the things that are due this week, okay? So week number 2, you've got quiz number 2 and the 6 dimensions of wellness assignment. So good luck. If you have further questions or you get stuck along the way, always reach out to me and I can be very helpful in answering those questions. So have a great week 2 of the course.